Hello again everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75, and I'm back for part 4 of my Marvel UK Transformers Generation 1 comic collection, and we're going to crack straight on. This is issue number 30 and featured the second part of the Decepticon Dam Busters. And like I said in the previous part, it was just basically a bit of a retelling and a bit of a rip-off of the cartoon where the Decepticons attack Sherman Dam, so there's not much really storyline involved. I forgot to mention in my part 3, so if you want to go back and look at it, just keep your eye on this little corner here, because every issue it does change a little bit. Right, so we're going to go inside, and there's Megatron and Optimus Prime having their famous duel. We've got Robo Capers, the transformation page, with contents, a little bit about what's happened in this comic and some features that are coming up. Sometimes they would tell us about toys out that year and everything like that. Still, here we go, and here's the Autobots creating the boulders and the dams and everything, and then there's Bumblebee getting sloshed. Well, yeah, getting sloshed, I suppose, but then there's that bit where Bumblebee gets in Ironhide and then creates all them weird little things, and there, bit there. And now then, here we go with Josie Bella trying out circuits that are going to make her live again, basically. And then there's Swoop on his way back to the Ark with the Dinobots, because this story was just, in fact, Ratchet telling the Dinobots about when the how humans don't like the Autobots. So that's what all this one was about, really. But anyway, they're on their way back. Swoop gets there before them and then is violently attacked by Guardian, who was a Guardian robot. And that is basically that. And then we've got Soundwave. Someone's drawn a nice picture of Prowl there. Right, so that was the end of this issue. As you can see, it's very tatty. This is one of my originals from when I was a little boy. Right, and then that was also this Decepticon Dam Busters was also collected as Collected Comics number 5, with a new cover by Jeff Senior even, which is pretty cool, and just featured the collected edition of those comics there, but on much better paper. Sorry, this is moving about a little bit, but they're hard to grab. But so there we go, nothing special, and then just finished with the Guardian, which will be continued in Collected Comics number 6. Right, so we're going to move on to issue number 31, which is another UK original strip, which is called The Wrath of Grimlock. So here we go. Now then, we have Guardian, which was a programmable Autobot Sentinel. Basically, when the Decepticons held the Ark, they basically just reprogrammed this to attack any Autobots, should any Autobots ever come back there. And this is just a story of it decimating the Dinobots, and the Dinobots trying to do it while Ratchet repairs all the Autobots. And then we have a little bit of Shockwave, just saying to Optimus Prime that he's going to use the creation matrix to create 6 new Decepticons. And little does he know that the creation matrix has been passed to Buster Witwicky. But they have found that inside Guardian is I don't know if it's a nuclear bomb, but it's certainly a big bomb anyway. And if Grimlock destroys Guardian, then it's going to take the whole Ark with them. There's Matt and the Cat, a full page thing with full colour. And there we go. Right, so that was the part 1 of The Wrath of Grimlock. I'm going to pop that down there. I'm going to move on to issue number 32, which was part 2 of The Wrath of Grimlock. And basically, they've got to act fast to stop Grimlock destroying Guardian. And so he uses a computer signal to reactivate the body of Optimus Prime, and it grabs Grimlock to stop him. Guardian gets free, and then just initiates the bomb anyway, and we've got a countdown timer, basically. And then the Dinobots attack him again, this time ripping a bit off him. And then basically Ratchet tells Swoop, who's now been repaired, that if they don't get him out, then everyone's going to die. So Swoop gets him out and then just drops him outside the thing. The bomb goes off, but Swoop is never seen again. And I sometimes wonder, because we get the Dinobots just going off because they're a bit unhappy, was this because they just had the 4 Dinobots there, because Swoop was actually never released in England, so maybe they wanted a story to feature the 4 Dinobots, I don't know. But there we go, we've got sound waves and everything like that. And then the next issue was the coming of Circuit Breaker. We've got a fact file interface with Inferno there. This story was collected in Collected Comics number 6, which was a new cover by Jeff Senior, and just basically featured the story again. And there we go. So I'm not going to show too much of that, but we've got an advert there for the special teams. We're not seeing them yet, of course. How am I doing for time? I've got 5 minutes. Plenty of time. Then we come to issue number 33. Keeping your eye up there, I hope. With Circuit Breaker. I do like this cover. It's a great cover. So yes. And was called Disintegrated Circuits. Josie Bella just got the proper ump, and we can see it's been coloured wrong here. There we go, the Shockwave, and is having a go at Rumble or Frenzy for letting a human get past him, because they've now discovered that Optimus Prime doesn't have the Matrix. And now then, Josie was there. There is a page missing, and I cut it out when I was a little kid, unfortunately. But it did have Josie Bella as Circuit Breaker. Then we got the Soundwaves. And that was it. And then we got a nice new advert for Optimus Prime and Megatron, because I believe just around this time, Megatron was actually released in this country. They were very slow in releasing him. So there we go. And then we come to the second part of Disintegrated Circuits, which features a strange sort of cover. I think it was off the US comic, this one, with Starscream. And it looks like he's got a crash helmet on there, which is a bit strange, but there we go. And then we just go through the comic, and basically Josie Bella explaining to GB Blackrock what she's done, hoping that he will sort of like agree to help her, but instead he says, look, you're doing the wrong thing here. And basically Josie just goes out on her own and basically then attacks the Decepticons, but then also attacks Wheeljack. And that's about it. And then the next issue, we've got a nice advert from the Zoids comic here. I do like my Zoids. And then we've got another Soundwaves page. And we've got a classified with comic shops and stuff like that. We've got a nice advert for Optimus Prime. And then we've got a nice picture of the Iron Man of 2020. And put that down there. Then we come to the next issue, which is, I like this cover as well. I remember getting this one when I was a little kid in, November 1985. Going across in the freezing cold weather here in England, across to get this comic. I had to borrow 32p off my mum to go and get this, which was first now introducing the Constructicons. And he uses what's left of the creation matrix in Prime's mind to infuse these with life. And basically that's it. They build new Constructicons: Scavenger, Mixmaster, Longhaul, Bone Crusher, Scrapper and Hook. Don't think I missed anyone there. If I did, never mind. And there we go. And now then, Soundwave has a plan. I believe he's off to do something with the Constructicons, and Buster Whipkey, realising that the power of the Matrix can in fact make him telepathic and psychokinetic, as will be revealed in later issues. And there we go, we just got the, there we go, that was nice. I like that then, because that was the first time I'd ever seen a combining robot. And then I did like this cover. This is issue number 36, which is called Dawn of the Devastator. And just featured that we got Soundwaves at the start. And then we got Robot War 2, which was basically just another catch-up on everything that's been going on. And then which featured the Soundwave building a radio transmitter to contact Cybertron. But while he's doing that, obviously he can't be disconnected from it, so they needed the Constructicon to protect him. And then they all combined and basically just stopped the Autobots from getting to him. But eventually Huffer did get to him with the aid of Bomber Bill. I believe that's Bomber Bill. And most of the signal was transmitted, as we will see in future issues. But here we go. And I do believe at the end of this, they believe they're going to kill Optimus Prime anyway, and it's a bleak outlook for the Autobots. So there we go. That was the end of that issue. Nothing much else happened. And there was the Telltale books. I used to have most of those. And I'm now just going to come on to the 1985 annual. Here we are, and let me just straighten out there for you. Don't worry about the black marks, that was just me with a black marker pen when I was a little kid, unfortunately. Oh, we don't want to see that dodgy handwriting by me there. It just featured an introduction page by Decepticons. I am the mighty Megatron, I am Soundwave, I am Rumble, quick, timber, and mean. And then it featured another one from the Autobots, taken from the comic. And then we had the new strip, The Plague of the Insecticons, which featured Ronnie Reagan, which I always liked. And it was an out of continuity because when it had Warpath and it had the Insecticons with a completely different origin to how they would be introduced in the comic. But there we go, that's Transformers for you. We love our different continuities. But it just had the Insecticons attacking Earth because the Autobots were about to make peace with Ronald Reagan, and the Decepticons couldn't have that. Anyway, the annuals usually feature nice text stories. Here's one called Missing in Action, which featured tracks. And then we've got little puzzles and stuff. And then the really good story, And There Shall Come a Leader, which was basically just a tale of Cybertron. How Optimus Prime became leader, basically. And it featured just other Autobots and the first appearance of Emirate Zaron. And then we just have the rest of that Missing in Action text story there. Here we go. Here's the rest of that story. I believe this has never been reprinted, I don't think. I mean, it may have. I'm going to have to cut this short here because my alarm's going off. And then we also have this story here, which was really good when I used to play that as a kid. Got another story here, Hunted. And we just finished off with Plague of the Insecticons. And that was it. And the annuals will be a mainstay throughout the entire run. And this has been Graham, the Collector 75, and I'll see you all next time in part 5.